Welcome back, everybody, to another episode from the r4alliance.org National Conference. I am Bob Calvert, your host on TalkingWithHeroes.com, and we're here with another member, actually another founding member of the R4 Alliance, Higher Ground, and Dustin, Alger. Welcome to the program.
Thank you.
And if you could start out by introducing yourself, talk a little bit about yourself, and then what led you to Higher Ground.
Sure. Well, I'm Dustin Alger. I'm a veteran of the United States Army. I served during 2001 to just shy of 2006. I got 3 tours over with the 2nd Battalion 75th Ranger Regiment and the 1st of the Infantry Striker Brigade Combat Team. I found my way to Higher Ground by pure happenstance. I was done with my undergraduate degree in business, found I didn't really enjoy that all that much. And then ended up with another group that did fly fishing retreats for single veterans. There's a gal there doing research on the effect of that program on veterans with post-traumatic stress and traumatic brain injuries. I got to talking about her, and the whole conversation revolved around recreational therapy as a profession. And I immediately went home from that trip, took my GREs, applied to grad school, went to UNH, did a master's thesis project working with Project Healing Waters, evaluating the efficacy of that program.
Excellent.
And basically heard a job blast from Higher Ground and took it as soon as I saw it. And that's, I've been there almost 2 years now, running camps and promoting the access to therapeutic recreation modalities for veterans.
So is that the main thing Higher Ground does, is camping camps?
We do everything year round. So in the winter, we host camps right there in Sun Valley, utilizing the property of Sun Valley that has 2 ski mountains. There's a great little mountain for beginners, so it has all the progressive levels, and then once they make it to a certain point, you can take them over to Baldy where there's more expert terrain. We do snowshoeing, cross-country skiing, wellness retreats in the winter, and then once it transitions into better weather, we start doing fly fishing retreats. We have a horse and equine therapy program. We just this year hosted our first ranch rodeo program where we taught veterans rodeo skills and herding skills, which was really neat and interesting. We do a lot of whitewater rafting, paddle sports, you name it. If it's a modality and it's recreational and we can get an intended design and outcome from that, we'll use it.
So that led Higher Ground and your team to being co-founders of R4 Alliance. Talk a little bit about how that happened.
Yeah, Bert Gillette was working at Higher Ground as a CTRS. He was the lead male rec therapist, and he saw the need for basically finding efficacious avenues for recreational therapy being designed and implemented across a broad spectrum. So the continuum of care that they call that. So he set out and basically, with one of our board members at Higher Ground, Bill Potter, designed what has now become R4. And what they're doing now is just collecting research, collecting member organizations, and trying to promote the same continuum of care across all of those organizations, so that every organization can have the same intent and same design and same outcomes as the other organizations. And then also it's easier for those veterans that want to utilize the other member organizations. It's easier for them to access them and kind of get involved a lot easier.
Yeah, and there's really good research studies going on right now. I talked to Professor Townsend. She's here, actually. And I guess, sometime next year, the results of the studies about the effectiveness of recreational therapy will be released to the whole country, right?
Yeah, there is currently a research study being done with Jasmine and Brent Hawkins and a few other individuals out of Clemson in coordination with R4, where basically they're having the member organizations conduct pre- and post-test pre- and post-program surveys on the effects of the program on the severity levels of their post-traumatic stress, TBI, MST, polytrauma. So basically, before you go to the camp, it's a Likert scale, 1 to 10. How would you say you're doing today? 1 to 10, and then that same question is asked after the program. And what we're seeing and finding is that these programs are having an enormous effect on being able to lower those severity level symptoms. And it's really exciting. It's something that, as a veteran and being in this profession, I know is true. So it's going to be really exciting being able to take something that's tangible and hand it off to somebody, say the VA or the DOD, and say, hey, maybe here's a new prescription drug.
Exactly. Yeah, and they're already obviously aware of what you're all doing. But once those studies come out, I would think that the whole entire veteran community, American military families, they're going to want to get the word out.
Oh yeah. It's going to be once that study comes out. I think it's going to be a firestorm for organizations like ourselves and other member organizations through R4. I think it's just going to be a windfall of opportunity, which I think is great.
So do you work mainly with veterans, military families in Sun Valley, or people coming from other parts of the country too?
Yeah, no, we're a nationally based nonprofit, so we bring veterans from all over the country, Guam, Alaska, Hawaii, wherever the heck they are. We bring single male veterans, we bring male couple veterans, female couples, all that kind of stuff. So if you're a veteran and you have post-traumatic stress or TBI, MST, polytrauma, come on out to Idaho.
Okay, why don't you let people know how they can find you on the internet, your website, and social media?
Sure thing. What you can do is you can go to Higher Ground SV, as in Sierra Victor, Sun Valley, highergroundsv.org, and you can hit, there's 2 buttons up top. There's a red one and a blue one. Hit the blue one that says Military Program. It'll be a drop-down button. Hit Register. You'll go to another page where it says Register Here. Click that button. You'll go to a form online, and you can fill that form out. And once you hit Submit, someone from the office will call you and will conduct an assessment to determine, where you are in transition into civilian life, or if you're still active duty, where you are, and all that good stuff. And then we can figure out what you want to do, when you want to do it, and how we're going to get you there. It's pretty simple, and the only required document for those that are not active duty is the DD-214. So if you just scan and send that, that's just to verify terms of service, and we're good to go.
Great. Would you like to give a shout out to our men and women who are still serving around the world?
Sure, I would love to. Hey, all you that are out there right now protecting us and doing everything that you need to do in order to make sure that the freedoms that we hold and love so dearly here in this country are offered to all those other people around the world, thank you very much. Thank you so much for doing that. Keep doing what you're doing. Come home safe and see us at Higher Ground.
Great. Well, thank you, Dustin.
Thanks,
you
Bob.
for your service and for continuing to serve. It's
Cheers.
great.
Thank you for the support.
Absolutely. Well, once again, folks, another episode on TalkingWithHeroes.com with another member, a founding member of the R4Alliance.org. Again, I've said this a few other times. Please share these videos with everybody you can, especially military families, veterans, and their families. And we'll be back from the R4 Alliance National Conference with more.